Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. I'm gonna show you how to run the play to get anywhere from 15 to almost 30,000 in primary trade lines to add to your credit. Then I'm gonna show you exactly what banks you should be going to, especially when you have bad credit. And usually this process could take anywhere from 45 to 60 days. So let's jump in it. Now, the first primary trade line is Shopify J. Okay. Now, Shopify J Online, they give you up to $15,000 trade line. It's a jewelry trade line, okay? And so basically, what you would do, you would go to this website and you would look for jewelry. Of course, around this time of year, everybody's thinking about their credit. Everybody may be in a holiday spirit or whatever, but this is a anything. Now, when you go to this website, you would actually pick out some jewelry. Now, going back over here, here's what you have to do. All right. Now it tells you you must pay 30% deposit. The reason they want you to pay that 30% deposit to set up a payment processing. Okay. Now, this is the guarantee that you're going to get an account. All right. There's no hard pull on the credit. All right. That's very important to understand. There's no hard pull on the credit. All right. This is usually an automated approval. Here's the thing about it where people end up playing themselves because they would probably get the jewelry, but then they stop paying for the jewelry. So then when you stop paying for the jewelry, guess what? That trade line stopped reporting as well. And they do report to all three credit bureaus. That's right. They report to all three credit bureaus. Excuse me. So that's the first trade line. The second trade line you want to add to your credit file when you have bad credit is Credit Strong. Now, here's the thing about it. I'm not too big of a fan of Credit Strong trade lines, but here's the thing about it. When you have very bad credit, you are 4, 5, 6 credit score, then it does have a better impact on your credit score. Now, I would tell you the maximum I would get is the 5,000. Don't focus on the 10,000. Go with the 5,000. Do not, I'm telling you this. I look at credit files all the time. Do not go over that 5,000. You'll be good. Just trust me. You'll be good just with that $5,000 trade line. Okay? Now, here's the thing about it. Like I said, building yourself up, getting enough positive trade lines because what you want to do, you want to influence your Vantage score, okay? And then, like I said, I'm going to show you what banks you want to go with that are non-geo restricted. All right, so that's the second trade. Third trade line you want to look at is Covo. Okay, now here's the thing about it with Covo, they offer a $250 loan and then they offer a $5,000 line of revolving line of credit. Now, the question is, which do you go for? Well, it depends on your budget. All right. But I usually tell people I would probably go with the line of credit, the revolving line of credit. All right. Just trust me. Go with the revolving line of credit on this. Now, for some of these, I will have links below where you can actually get direct access to them. Adding these type of trade lines is steady building up the credit file, right? It's Tomo, okay? Now, here's the thing about it with Tomo. You get up to 30,000. It's a revolving charge card, okay? So by it being a revolving charge card, that means that you use it, you pay it down, you use it, and it still reports, right? And there's no credit check. And it's also the trade lines I'm telling you to get is not only it's going to help reduce your utilization, but it's going to help you build up your credit score. That's the big part about it. It's going to actually add more points onto your credit score because you're adding more trade lines. So it's overshadowing those negative items on the credit. All right. Now, next trade line, you need to add your rent. And I'm telling you, people aren't doing this. They're just throwing away a trade line. And I'm going to tell you why. You may be sharing a room with somebody. You may be roommating and stuff like that. The thing about it, if you're giving them 4, 5, 6, $1,000 a month for rent, and it's not being reported as a trade line, you're missing out. And the reason you're missing out is because if that trade line, that money you're paying reported as a trade line, is going to make it easier for you to get into the real estate investing game because you can get a FHA mortgage, you can get a HUD loan with a construction loan and a land loan, right? Because you actually are showing proof that you actually can make payments on time. Now, with FHA, like I said, even with a 580 credit score, you can still get a mortgage and stuff like that. One thing about it, I tell people about a FHA, if you have authorized users on there, they will not accept those authorized users. But now FHA, they do use Vantage 4 scoring and the 10T FICO 10T trending scores to look and see if you qualify. All right. Now, what this means is that like these here loans I'm telling you to get, these are alternate loans that you can add on and they will accept those. It's just that authorized user they want. But subscriptions, rental payments, utility bills, they will accept that. It's just the authorized users. Okay. Now, the reason you want to get this rent report is because it will backdate for all the way to amount of time that you actually been staying. So say that you've been staying there for like uh 10 years paying rent, right? So they would put down the 10 years, but they would credit you like 2 years of reporting, right? So now you just aged your credit file. And a lot of people are not even aware of it. This is how you actually will age your credit file. All right. So that's the reason I tell you to add this here trade line on. Now that you have those trade lines, this is what you want to do. You want to, because what happened by you adding those trade lines, this influences your Vantage score the fastest. That's the reason I said it takes about 45 to 60 days, right? And it influences your Vantage score the fastest. That means your Vantage score will go up. All right. So you want to go over to BCU, Baxter Credit Union. Why? Because Baxter Credit Union is a Vantage scoring system, TransUnion to be exact. Now you join through the Life Money U, okay? It's non-geo restricted, but because it uses a Vantage 3 scoring system, this is a low hanging fruit. It's going to make it so much easier for you to qualify for credit cards as well as loans. All right. Now, what they want to do, they want to do a phone consultation just to verify you and everything. But once you join, it's definitely much easier for you to qualify for their credit cards and loans. But again, I would go for their line of credit instead of their loan. Their personal loans and line of credit, if you have a choice, make sure that you go for that line of credit. Okay? Make sure you go for the line of credit. Stay away from the loan. The reason is if you go for the line of credit, what ends up happening is that when you get approved for it, when you use it, they only charge you on interest on what you use. It's the personal loan, they charge you interest on all of it. So that's the reason that you want. Now, if you have bad credit, I have a couple lenders, other lenders for you as well that don't report to the credit bureaus if you need that capital to help open up these accounts. So just bear with me one moment on that as well. Now, another credit union you want to be a part of once your credit score goes up is NASA Federal Credit Union. That's right, NASA is much easier to get into than Navy Federal, but the reason is again, it uses a Vantage 4, Experian Vantage 4. That's the reason why. Any type of institution that uses a Vantage 4, I would tell you to start there first before you go out, even for like a FICO 9 scoring. So your FICO 9s would be like Penn Fed, Navy Fed, and of course, Navy Fed is definitely one of your easiest to get into with a 550. Well, hard to get into, but once you in, you can have a 550 credit score and they can give you credit cards and unsecured credit cards and unsecured loans. But if you focus on your Vantage scores first and build the platform out, and then once you have those more positive trade lines coming in, it'll make it so much easier for you to get more funding. And this is, I'm talking about unsecured large lending. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now, there's another one. This is Veridian. Okay, so with Veridian, they offer the personal loans and the credit. It's also a Vantage 3. Okay, Vantage 3 TransUnion. So you definitely want to get in. And it's non-geo restricted. Okay, it's non-geo restricted for this here credit union. All right, so anybody can join. Now with them, you would have to join the Habitat of Humanity. I think it's maybe about 10 or $25. But once you join, again, because it is a Vantage 3, they want you to do a phone consultation as well. Not a phone, they may want to do a video consultation. Okay. Um, but once they verify it's you and everything, they'll open up the doors for you. All right. That's the reason why when you have that credit scores of 4, 5, and 6, this is where you want to actually start. If you have bad credit and you need some quick cash, okay, that doesn't focus on the credit score. By the way, let me tell you guys about these here type of lenders. Even with these credit builders and stuff like that, they don't pull from the major credit bureaus, but they do check third party companies to see if you're in a bankruptcy or something like that. But one of the biggest reason most people get denied has nothing to do with credit anyway, is because of the address with the third party credit bureaus that I always talk about. If the address on your application is different than the address with the third party financial credit bureaus, that's what gets you denied. All right. It isn't the credit, it is with the financial credit bureau. Now, that being said, going back to Explore Credit, 250 up to 2,000. All right. Now they're not in all 50 states, but they do use the third party financial credit bureaus. And by them being a tribal direct lender, they make it much easier. The interest rates much higher, yes, but at the same time, they do make it much easier. So I hope this video helps you. I'll put some links below. If you have any questions, um, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.